Well, hello. So today we're gonna talk about child sexuality, various different elements about child sexuality, and how to talk to your kids about sex. Now, why am I making this video? Because I was at a thrift store and a 7-year-old, 6-year-old girl, and her 3-year-old brother, they were playing around. He had a bat and he hit her in her groin area, in her sensitive area. And the look on her face just read so much for me. The sense of, physical pain of what had happening, the sense of shame of where it had happened, the whole understanding of sexuality and what does it mean and everything around it. And, this 3-year-old boy who didn't know any better, and her not saying anything, playing it off like it was nothing, but it was still physically painful, and just so many different things. So I decided to step in and tell the father, I'd be like, hey, like, pull him in line, like, just quiet. I was like, hey, this is what happened, you know what I mean? Just so you know, like, just talk, you know what I mean? So, and he was really receptive, and he was really thankful for having that communication, But I think that when we think about kids and we think about sex, it's like, but when we look at television, it's constantly out there for children. It's like just ba 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 ba. But us as parents, I'm not a parent. Well, I'm the parent for if you've seen my other videos, that's my mental illness. Care about each and every single one of you. So, that's a whole different issue. Back to the kids. So, how do we talk about kids about sexuality? So, what I personally say is power. Use the word power. That is your power. Whether you believe in a higher source, you can say you're given power, or innate, whatever you believe, that's your power. That's the power that you have been given, that you have, that you can utilize to create. It's like the Infinity Gauntlet, right? It has all the Infinity Stones. It's got time, space, motion, all of it. I don't think motion's one of them. But it's got all of them. And the level of responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. The level of responsibility that people have with that power. What could happen with that power? And it allows you to build on that, to talk about AIDS, maybe bring in some horror movies to scare them, to show them, hey, listen, have you seen Fear with Reese Witherspoon and Mark Wahlberg? Yeah. Bring in the element, because kids see in the cartoons, they see how power is used. So when they link that to their own sexuality, it allows them a level of responsibility. It allows them a level of growth and a level of, this is mine. This is mine, and it allows you as a parent to have, it's like, well, we understand that this is yours, and we understand how frail it can be, so that's why we're here to protect you. And then you can have that conversation. It's like, who do you feel comfortable with your power around? It allows you to have that dialogue and perhaps not use the words sex or sexuality so overtly, but have that, power. What's your power? What do you feel about your power? What do you feel you can do with your power? Do you feel you can give it out to everybody, to one specific person, to no one at all? What's your relationship with your power as you grow up as an individual, and what you want to do with that power? Because with that power, you can build life. You can build an entire family, an entire world with that power. So just having that conversation with your child about it. It allows you to have what holds that power. And by power, I mean sexuality. What holds that power? The physical elements that hold that power and their transformation, and in order to contain that power, and allows you to build on spiritually with whatever spirituality you have, because various spiritualities have different elements about the womb and the penis and all those kind of elements, and allows you to, so it's like, boys have their power and girls have their power, and what is the social element of that power, and what is the social element of the female power, and allows your child to have that communication and not feel shy. When you bring in and say power, it brings so much and allows their creativity to just go to different places, and allows you to get to know your child. So if you want to have the sex talk, have the power talk, right? That's what I say. Start off with telling your child, that's your power. What's in your groin area, that's your power. And you start off at a very young age, because children know children are they're born with, receptive things going on down there. And you see children at the stores, like 1-year-old, 2-year-old, you're like, oh, come on, child. Come on, child. Be an adult, And that's just, and for some people it may feel weird, but for that particular child, at that particular base element, that's their nature. So growing with that and allowing the conversation to have that allows for social cohesiveness, so your child doesn't go, male or female, It's like, so what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful relationship with your child and eternity, of course. But I also want you to let me know, what do you think is best? Do you think, that what I said helps? Let me know what things have worked out for you. Because we're in a critical time where we have to discuss these things, because if we don't as parents, people are going to. They're going to. And they're going to utilize them. Major organizations that have people assassinated, and you know who I'm talking about, have been 10,000 and only 7% of them reported. You look at the numbers, that power, that level of power, and how the power and sanctity and desire to connect with the light of the Creator has been tarnished because of certain people's utilization of that power that children have, and tarnishing it for their own means. So bringing all those things, bringing that, and then it allows you to grow that conversation so much further, and allows the child to build roots to their sexuality and understand the various different levels of responsibility that a child has with their sexuality through various different religions and various different faiths, because everybody has different things. People have some stuff to say about the masturbations and the boys, and perhaps that's something that people need to look into. That perhaps that's a conversation that allows you to have with your child. This video is long, but child sexuality is an important issue, and we can't shy away from it. We have to talk about it so that the future can be a much braver, brighter, responsible future. Do you agree? Disagree? I want to wish you, again, a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful eternal time.